Take your hands off me! The room went silent. Every student froze as Marcus, the class bully, tightened his grip on Mrs. Harris's throat. Papers fluttered to the floor, her chair toppled backward, and for a split second, fear flickered in her calm brown eyes. But then, something changed. The same calm turned to steel. None of them knew she'd once worn a uniform, trained to face chaos with control. This wasn't the moment she broke. It was the moment he did. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Hit like and drop your city name below. Mrs. Elaine Harris had taught history at Westbrook High for nearly a decade. To her students, she was quiet, almost too composed, never raising her voice, never showing anger even when chaos erupted. Many took that calm for weakness. What they didn't know was that Elaine had once served in the U.S. Army, stationed overseas, leading teams under conditions far harsher than any classroom. Teaching was her peace, her way to rebuild after years of service, but not everyone respected peace. A small group of students led by Marcus, tall, athletic, and cruelly confident, found her restraint amusing. They mocked her accent, her patience, even the careful way she dressed. Each insult tested her limits, but Elaine never reacted. She believed discipline was strength, until one Friday morning, when her silence was mistaken for surrender, and the boy who mocked her calm decided to challenge it before the entire class. That week, the tension grew thicker than ever. Marcus and his friends had turned her classroom into a stage for humiliation. They scribbled slurs on her whiteboard before she arrived, whispered jokes about her skin tone, and mimicked her military posture when she walked past. The other students laughed, not because they agreed, but because fear made silence easier. Elaine endured it all, keeping her composure. But inside, she saw the same arrogance she'd faced years ago in command, young men mistaking loudness for power. Still, she hoped her patience would teach them something greater. Then came Friday. She asked Marcus to hand in his late assignment. He smirked. "Make me!" Laughter rippled across the room. She approached calmly, holding out her hand. That's when he did the unthinkable. He shoved her papers aside and grabbed her by the throat. Gasps filled the room. Someone screamed. Her body tensed, not from fear, but instinct. In that instant, she wasn't Mrs. Harris, the teacher. She was Sergeant Harris again. Her eyes sharpened, scanning exits, witnesses, and the trembling hand on her neck. She didn't strike back. She didn't even raise her voice. Instead, she gave him one look, a silent, commanding stare that froze Marcus in place. The same kind of stare that had once made soldiers stand still in desert heat. When he finally released her, she simply said, "Sit down." The room obeyed. But the story didn't end there. It was only beginning. By Monday, the entire school buzzed with rumors. The video of the assault had spread online, students recording everything but doing nothing. Parents demanded answers. The principal called an emergency meeting. Elaine walked in, calm as always, wearing her service medals pinned to her blazer for the first time. She played the footage for the board, every insult, every taunt, every moment of cruelty. But she didn't speak for herself. She said for every teacher, every black woman who'd been underestimated because of quiet strength. When the video ended, Marcus sat pale and shaking beside his mother. The board voted unanimously for his expulsion and required him to complete community service under Mrs. Harris's supervision. The same hands that once tried to choke her now cleaned her classroom floors. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. Over the following weeks, something unexpected happened. Marcus changed. The same boy who once laughed now listened, shadowing her during after-school programs, learning about discipline, service, and respect. Elaine never reminded him of that day. She didn't need to. He carried the memory like a lesson carved in stone. Word of her story spread far beyond the school. Parents wrote letters, veterans visited her class, and students began to see that silence wasn't weakness. It was a form of control. Elaine continued teaching, the same calm voice, the same soft smile, but everyone who looked at her now saw the strength beneath. And as she stood before her students each morning, she knew her greatest battle had already been won, not with war, but with wisdom. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more powerful stories and new videos.